Welcome back in, everybody. And I don't think anybody was expecting this from NAVI, but that first game, they took their opportunity, they forced it through, and they've got themselves a 1-0 lead over HellRaisers. Hurry, this second game now, HellRaisers, they don't want to be going down in a 2-0 fashion. They want to be fighting back. So are we expecting something different here from HellRaisers? Maybe banning out the Alchemist here, or maybe even the Pangolier in the second game?
No, there is absolutely no reason to put that on the draft. The draft from Navi was okay. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't awesome, but it was okay. It was playable. The thing is that it wasn't better, so I never would have said, okay, they're going to beat HellRaisers, because I do rank HellRaisers still, even after that loss, as a better team than Navi. So I'm expecting them to be winning if the drafts are close to each other in any way, right? But yeah, mistakes can happen. That is just what Dota is. But Navi, I think they have proved here that they still have something to show, and that is the most important thing.
Yeah, it was like you said, it was some great fights there from Navi, just taking their opportunities when it came. Maybe HellRaisers, they learned, they just backed themselves away because that jump in the base, even I was confused after the BKBs were all down. Kiyotaka, I think, was trying to run himself away. Solo jumps in with a hook shot, and then all of a sudden it kind of turns on its head. So maybe, just a few words of admonishment there for Solo after that first game. But again, there is still the potential for HellRaisers to pull it out the bag. And Navi, they still need to be on top of the game looking through into game number 2. They can't let it get to them. After that first game, they can't think it's all done and dusted, because HellRaisers, they have that quality to jump right back into it and force it through into a 1-1 situation.
I mean, I don't know which approach is the best to take. I know that in China, they can be very blunt to their teammates, and they would be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, how dare you jump into that base, you idiot, blah, 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 right? Stuff like that. In Eastern Europe, if you do that, you're gonna get into a fight with your teammates, and you don't want that to happen, right? So I'm not sure how Sol will approach it. He definitely has a lot of experience, so though he was the one that was jumping in, right? So he maybe just slaps himself, like, okay, you don't do that any longer, because you just made a big mistake that cost you the game. But overall, I think currently, maybe after the series they could talk about it. Currently, I think the idea is, well, let's just keep this behind us and exercise a bit more discipline in the coming games.
Yeah, and we'll see, if that is going to be the case, as waiting for this game to start. But looking through, I mean, the HellRaisers, again, they do need this win to get themselves into the major, because their last game is, well, they don't need it to get into the major. More than likely they are secure, being 5-0 on the table, but, they do want to finish it up in terms of series unbeaten here. So, they do need to get themselves back in, like you say, maybe just a little bit more concentration coming into it. Just kind of respect the power of Navi when they do try and go for these fights in the late game. You're not trying to overextend, and we'll see how they're going to do in the second game. Again, you're still going to give props over to Navi, because Navi looked really good when they had those opportunities to go for the fights. And like you say, maybe just a couple of mistakes coming out from Miro with those black holes. To be honest, I'm still not impressed with the Enigma as a hero. I just think that the Greaves build-up is a little bit too slow, but you do still need that in the fights. The offlaning, you're relying on those Greaves. Still, even with that meta shift out and the Meteor Hammer being a little bit more popular, I just think... Yeah. I don't know. I still don't like the Enigma as a hero.
Yeah, I mean, coming back to him not using the black hole over himself, I remember there was a tournament in Croatia, and Level Up. I don't know if you probably heard of that. They had the boot camps, and they had teams in Division, maybe even in Division 1 for one season in Western Europe. They brought Funnick to play in the tournament with them. So what happened there, when the tournament is just not as high tier as this one, he black holed, and he was playing against a really good Magnus player who pulled him out of the black hole with the RP, right? And then during that game, because we later on talked to the players, of course, they said they just told Funnick, yo, man, just use the black hole over yourself and everything is going to be fine. And you could see that every single time he did it. Here for HellRaisers, right? Miero, after that one mistake, he would, after that, always use the black hole over himself. You saw that in the base. But the thing is, that was the first time in the game that he experienced that Abyssal Blade with a with a Octarine core. He wasn't thinking about it at that point, and usually one mistake like that should not cost you the game. It really wasn't the crucial thing that cost them the game. Maybe at that point they turn it around, but it is them getting things back. So yeah, you can't really take it against him, because he only experienced it once now, and definitely would have adjusted if he did have a chance later on in the game.
Yeah, lobby just taking a little bit more to get into the draft. So guys, the game will be underway. We're just having some issues with the lobby, so we're not too far off getting into this. So let's look ahead while we have a bit of time on the clock here at the series Team Spirit versus VP. Because again, it is a qualifying match here for Team Spirit. VP, they want this. Looking at the table, they are 2-2, so they've got themselves a few more matches than everyone else. In fact, I think they play every day this week or every day, in this week coming through. They've already played Bat Boom. They've got Team Spirit today. Looking at Hydra and then Navi on the final day. So VP, do you think this is going to be enough to push them up the table here? Do they take the wins up against Hydra and Navi?
I think they are coming into the series as favorites, not heavy favorites, especially not against Hydra, right? But if we go by it, one move beat Hydra 2-1, VP beat one move 2-1, so they should be looking better. But I wouldn't be surprised if Hydra took the game off of them after this performance. I could see even Navi taking a game off of them, but before this game had happened, I would have thought that would be a 2-0 for Virtus.pro. Not an easy 2-0, but I would most likely expect it to be ending with Navi not getting a single game.
Okay, and we'll see now as we do get ourselves into the draft. It took a little bit of time, but we are going to be here. Looking at it, the Dragon Knight's going to be banned here from Navi because they want to first pick the Rubik. Okay, so the Prophet even gets taken away here as well. Those two heroes that Ramses does like. Meanwhile, the Brood and the Io will be taken out. So HellRaisers, they go for the first pick on the Disruptor. It does get through this time, and incredibly popular here. Seems to be doing quite well. They go back for the Enigma as well. Again, I'm not 100% about this hero, especially picking up in the first phase as well, when you have so many options now for Navi to come back and try and deal with it.
Into a Rubik as well. So, you already have a way of dealing with it. Yeah, Lincoln Sphere can be popular in some other heroes. It can be put on the Enigma, but it's definitely not the most optimal way to play the hero. In the Rubik, if you put him in the lane against the Enigma, which you could do, he lanes actually quite nicely, and Malady is a beast of a player, so he's a beast on a Rubik as well. Not sure why they went for it so early. It seems like Miero might not be feeling too good today to play anything else, and they might be afraid that if they had picked like a Beastmaster or a Lycan, then there would be an Enchantress waiting for them.
Yeah, and there it is. The Pango comes out straight away here from Navi just to try and once again deal with the Enigma and those black holes. Once the team fights start to come out, it might be a little bit harder this time with the Disruptor being on the field. You could try and get the Static Storm on top of the Pangolier, but Pango, if he's left for free reign, he might just be able to stop the Enigma in the tracks as the OD ban out once again. So, HellRaisers, how can they try and deal with this Pangolier in the game before it gets on top of the Enigma?
It depends. Overall, it's Pango until later stages of the game isn't a problem for the Enigma. So if the game goes as well as it did for HellRaisers in the previous one, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna have an issue with the Pango. So playing a Zeus against him again, I wouldn't mind it. You could go for a Puck. That's a Kiyotaka hero if you think that's gonna help, considering that the roll up doesn't purge anymore. You cannot use it that effectively against the Puck, so that's why you have to go for a BKB. So if they're dealing with him directly, Puck would probably be the best one.
Okay, would go well with the Disruptor there as well as the Enigma. That Dream Call setting up for either the Static Storm or the Black Hole as well. Gives you the chance to catch up more heroes than you might do. So yeah, Puck, it might be the next pick here for or one of the next picks here for HellRaisers, but I don't know if Navi let it through because they did ban it in that second phase in the first game as well, I'm pretty sure. So HellRaisers, it might not even be an option for them here.
Yeah, they might get rid of it. You can see Navi's bans. They're literally targeting HellRaisers, and this is very big. I liked that they banned out both the Nature's Prophet and the DK, showing that they don't want to pick them as the first pick. but they don't want to
seconds
allow
remaining.
HellRaisers to have either of them on their second pick. So understandable, and for a good reason. HellRaisers have been beasts on those heroes. Even in the previous game, Navi might be thinking, if they are a bit pessimistic, guys, we didn't beat the Nature's Prophet, we lost to it, but they made a huge mistake that allowed us to come back. So we saw how much it brings to the team. Let's not let them have it. And I think it's the right approach. It's not like HellRaisers got anything too big. They did get a solo disruptor, might be Antares playing it, and this team knows how to use it, and now is the strongest in the meta. So we'll see if Navi actually made the mistake and how much this disruptor is actually going to be able to do.
Yeah, meanwhile, HellRaisers, they take away the Lycan, so that build and push potential would be
Radiant team banned.
effective. The Enchantress is still there. Yeah, the puck gets banned out. So Navi, if they want to go back for the Ench, it could be, it is still going to be available for them if that's a hero that you want to go towards as well. And again, puts out a lot of early damage that buys time for the carries as well, puts out a lot of harass. So
10
we'll see if
seconds
that's going to be an
remaining.
option for them. If for HellRaisers, they want to ban it out because they ban out the Beastmaster, the
5
Brood, and the
seconds
Lycan.
remaining.
So those with the minion creep tower push potential heroes, HellRaisers just don't want to play against it here.
Radiant team.
There is no
Navi's
Dragonite,
turn
and now
to
there's no other two
attack.
offlane pushers, and you have the one that is left, the Enigma. So right off the bat, you have an advantage in that one in taking over the enemy jungle and playing and controlling more of the map. If you manage to keep your tower alive and the Enigma, at some point you're gonna be taking the enemies down
10
for sure.
seconds remaining.
That is a big advantage that could be capitalized on in the
5
early mid
seconds
game. So that
remaining.
might be what HellRaisers are looking to do.
Yeah, I like the ban on the Jakiro here as well for HellRaisers. Even before the BKB was coming out and the Pangolier had to be the one to deal with the Black Hole, we saw a good couple of ice paths coming across as well from, that can deal with that. And yeah, Enigma Techie's coming through once again. So the blast off, there is a good setup from both the Disruptor and the Enigma. Techies did quite well in that early game as well, getting some blast off kills. And again, just being able to use the mines, the sticky bombs to come through and keep the heroes low, keep them in that kill potential range. So Navi, let's see how they want to play into this on this. I assume it's going to be another offlane Enigma Techies combo.
Navi's turn to
Yeah,
attack.
that's gonna be the case. So they will go for the Enchantress. I think that puts Malady on the Rubik. I doubt you're gonna go with two heroes. I mean, Enchantress can be annoying to the Enigma, taking one Eidolon,
Yeah.
but you still have four
Navi's
other
turn
to
to
deal with.
bat.
Whereas the Rubik can be quite good against him. And HellRaiser as well. You can't ban all of his heroes. Storm Spirit is still gonna be in the pool, and I like that HellRaisers pick up their mid laner right now because Ramses he has a bigger hero pool and he can adjust. Kiyotaka, we talked about it. His hero pool isn't that huge,
10
so you better
seconds
get
remaining.
something like now. If they picked Ramses' hero, you get rid of the Storm, you get rid of the
5
Zeus,
seconds
and
remaining.
Kiyotaka would have to play a new hero, I think.
And you know that you're more than likely going to be playing up against the Pangolier in the mid lane anyway, so that opening for the mid lane pick for HellRaisers, it probably does make the most sense here as you are waiting on the. They do have the final pick as well, so they can wait to see what the off lane is going to be here for
Radiant
Navi,
team banned.
and decide what they want to play on Ramses. The Ursa coming out with the Enchantress, so the Ursa he's looking a lot more healthy in Tour number 2 with the chase down potential. There is still some control coming out on the side of HellRaisers, but Ursa seems to be in the current form having a little bit of a better time.
10
How do you think he
seconds
does
remaining.
against HellRaiser's current lineup that do have so much control on their side?
5 seconds
he-
remaining.
It's tough to say. You need to jump in and kill somebody. That is why you have the Enchantress to send the creeps or just posture aggressively so that you have vision, right? If the Ursa has vision and he jumps and can burst someone down, it's
Navi's
great.
turn to
But if he
bat.
jumps into a fight and someone gets saved, then he does really badly, right? Because there's mobility, there's kite potential, there is a lot of things on HellRaisers they can deal with him. So Navi, I would want him to get some vision, right? But everything along those lines that is in the off lane is
10
is off the
seconds
table.
remaining.
Yeah, and okay, what's left? And the Magnus
Radiant
band's coming
team
out
back.
here as well. Nagastan being taken
Navi's
away from
turn to
Navi,
pick.
and the Doom straight away that
Radiant team
the
pick.
HellRaisers reply. So they go for the Centaur. So, Rubik Centaur combo in the off.
Yep. So the hero that I've seen do best versus this is the Monkey King.
Mhm.
And I feel like that should be the pick that they
10
go for.
seconds
They don't have
remaining.
the greatest of setup for the Wukong's command, that fat frontline
5
hero.
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
But I would like to see it here, to be honest, because it's not. Then maybe you get an Enchantress to the face. Okay, Now we have to scratch that because you get your Jingu stacks and she purges them off.
Yeah.
Oof, not a lot of good heroes left for HellRaisers.
Yeah, no, I don't see a lot of options that can stand up to the Centaur. You know, maybe potentially look for the kills, and they might be able to get a trade on like a stalemate lane here coming out. The Terrorblade's
Choose
gonna
your
be.
hero.
Oh, that's actually if the Terrorblade gets caught out, you know, there's a lot of damage that can come through from the Rubik and the Centaur. I don't know how much I like this pickup here from HellRaisers.
It's not ideal. They
No?
just went with comfort. I think
Mhm.
HellRaisers went with comfort, and it has worked for them so far, right? If there's one thing that this team, and it's Navi out of all the other teams that pointed it out, is if there's one thing they have to work on, it is expanding their hero pool, right?
Yeah.
Miero, Kiyotaka, they need more heroes, and Ramses now it is shown that when they don't pick his hero first, that then he just goes for comfort, and this could be problematic. Navi have heroes to deal with every single pick on the side of HellRaisers.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how these lanes are going to play out because looking at it, like I say, Terrorblades, if he gets caught out telekinesis with the Centaur coming through with a Stomp, the double edge being used as well, Ramses, what the Terrorblade starts off with something like 640 health, something like that. The armor is the big advantage for the Terrorblade here, but not a lot of right clicks to come out in this off lane. And Navi, they might just be able to get the chase down. Solo might offer some protection with the kinetic field and the glimpse, but more often than not, if Ramses gets caught out of position, I am expecting him to go down in this lane.
Yep, it's not gonna be easy. The thing is though, with the Terrorblade, you can always be aggressive in the lane, and with that, keep the Centaur somewhat low, at least in the early levels.
Yeah, but before we find out how game number 2 is going to go, we're going to take a quick video from our sponsors over at EGB. Here it is, check it out.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
So, welcome back, and yeah, this time we take a look at the HellRaisers cams, and there's not so many smiles on the faces of the HellRaisers players here coming into game number 2.
Yeah, well, I don't think they feel super confident about their draft. These are all comfort picks for them. That is important to state, right? But I wouldn't say that Navi aren't not on comfort heroes either. Melojul loves his Spango. Shigetsu, Ursa has been his best hero for the longest of time, or one of his best heroes. So they have
30
pretty much
seconds to
everything
battle.
they need. I think Navi are well equipped, maybe even more so to win this game than they were in the first one.
Yeah, and the odds, I mean, it's a little bit lower here for Navi, but they are still coming in as the underdogs according to EGB. So, HellRaisers, yeah, no, I think this game actually more favoring Navi than the first game, where the odds were a little bit more in
The
favor of
battle
HellRaisers.
begins.
So, we'll see. There's going to be the glimpse right back onto Malik here, just trying to get those rune snatches coming out. And now the Metamorphosis, it comes up so early. Malik comes in with a stomp, though, onto Ramses. And Ramses, he's going to not have this, the Metamorphosis coming into the lane. Malik will take some harass, but the double ring of protection here, get himself the tangos as well, should be able to get himself out of range. And that's where that glimpse, 4 seconds away, and not in range to catch it anyway.
Interesting that they went for a play like this. I think they maybe want to apply as much pressure as possible before they get those triple rings on the Centaur. But yeah, now you don't have it for 2 minutes. The meta is gone.
Yeah, and this is, again, as a melee hero fighting into this combo, Solo, he can try and use that glimpse, but in fact, it might even cost Solo his life coming through. The Fade Bolt picked up, so it's really around level 2, level 3, where I expect this lane for Navi to pop off, and get dangerous. So at that point, Terrorblade should have the Metamorphosis back up, and it might not be as bad, but the Stomps, again, every time that he comes into farm, get them, Malik can just sit in the creep wave and go for those Stomps.
You need to make sure that Danielle and Malik are not together. You're seeing how Danielle is trying to hide behind the Centaur on the bottom lane. But looking at top, this is again gonna be a big annoying lane for Navi. Remember how annoying Techies was in the previous one? Well, that is not gonna stop now.
So I was about to flick to the top lane to see what was happening, and then we come back to this on the cams. Solo, he glimpsed Malik right back into Ramses' face, and Malik's just like, Yeah, all right, then I'll go for a stomp. I'll do the damage on there. I'll get some right clicks off. So, Solo, maybe a little bit shaken here coming into this game number 2 and not making the best of decisions already here. The glimpse right back onto Malik. So Malik, he's going to take a lot of harass, but again, should be able to get himself away. He's got a decent amount of regen. Can pop the branch into the tangle if he wants to. Meanwhile, the middle lane, again, Kiyotaka being the Storm Spirit coming up against Meljul as that melee hero. He should have a good time in this lane.
Yeah, Storm Spirits always do well against melee heroes. Bango is a little bit specific because he can from afar get the last hits, but overall Kiyotaka shouldn't have many issues in this lane.
Yeah, here, we'll take a look. Shigetsu, he's having an alright time, you know, he's top of the last hits, getting some denies here as well. And how do you, if you're Mero and Antares in this lane, again, is it just about keeping them low, you know, trying to keep Shigetsu in that kill range, or do you just play away here? Because Maldi, he's going for the Nature's Attendance as well, so at least the heals will be in the lane this time.
One of the main reasons why the Techies is so good against these carries that want to be aggressive is that he's so annoying, that he always keeps you low, that he never allows you to be full HP, and then you can never really commit. Though it's not like Dirsa can really commit onto the Enigma all that easy.
Well, I mean, yeah, there could be the slow coming out from Maldi now as well as the diving from Shigetsu, but Mero, with the point into the Malefist, at least in the laning stage, should just be able to walk himself away from this one. While that's going on, Ramses once again pops the Metamorphosis. It's going to be about halfway through here, and Malik, how close is he to that Ring of Health? Telekinesis into the double edge, into the Storm. The damage fly through with a Fade Bolt now as well. Ramses trying to back himself away from this one, down to 260 health for Malik. He might have overextended just a little bit. Malik comes through the double edge, but the damage of Ramses, he's going to go down to Daniel. He still gets a kill, and Solo is going to be left on the lane. Daniel taking a lot of right click damage coming through now. The Thunderbolt coming through from Solo, but Daniel with that full wand. He has the salve as well after the Thunderbolt was off, and Daniel in this lane. Solo's going to be careful. He gets caught out by another Fade Bolt. Solo might go down.
It's not the worst bottom lane for Ramses. Now he has the raindrops, so things are gonna be slightly easier. To be honest, I like HellRaisers the way that they played it. Super aggressive, make sure that the Centaur doesn't have that many CS, and you know, Terrorblade, well, he has won this lane.
Do you think?
Or not.
Alright, okay. Well, we will keep an eye on it now as well, to see what's going to come out on this lane. As, again, the Telekinesis into the Stomp. Ramses back down to 300 health here. Daniel could go down, though. Solo, can he break the vision? The illusion coming through from Ramses now as well, trying to micro this one in. They are going to be able to get the kill. Yeah, Ramses, he picks this one up. So maybe, yeah, they've done enough here. Malik going to try and get harassing onto Ramses, but the damage coming through onto Malik. He does have that Ring of Health coming through now, so might be able to back himself away to the tower and regen up, but ooh, the damage coming through onto Malik. Malik was that glimpse as well. Doesn't actually have the mana for it, as Antares gets the kill onto Malady.
1,287 kills from the blast off for Antares. That's
Do you think he likes this hero?
No. I think he hates it, just like every sane person. Just kidding. Techies is now a cool hero. The problem is that we all have PTSD from what he used to be.
Yeah, I do prefer, as much as Slacks likes to rant about the change, that's just because he can't delay the games for 5 hours and be like a massive troll anymore. I prefer the Techies the way it is, and you know, and anyone that says different, well, they probably don't actually remember how awful playing against the old Techies was.
I remember I had a friend, you know, he would always pick an anti-mage versus the Techies, and he's like, oh, I have 40-50% magic resistance. It does not help. He puts mines in your camp and you still get blown up.
Yeah. You remember the very old Techies where the proximity mines, everything was invisible, and you know, you just walked into it. You had the side shop still there. Daniel going to be chased down, and they do get the kill onto the Rubik. So yeah, it looks like HellRaisers, they've weathered the very early storm in this bottom lane, and are starting to take advantage of the pressure that they can put on it now.
Yeah, it would just be going everywhere and exploding. That was it, right? And then you would get like a Magnus or Pudge. Okay, they already killed the Rubik. They almost killed Malik as well. I really like how HellRaisers play this lane. So that decision to go for the meta right off the bat, it seems to have paid off.
Yeah. And yeah, you can just see that Kiyotaka has to be careful because the Enchantress, this Warpine Raider trying to chase him down, but Kiyotaka with just enough mana to get the ball lightning gap away from this one. But yeah, no, it looks like overall, HellRaisers playing very aggressive all across the map, just trying to, you know, force Navi into some bad decisions, into into some bad timings, and it looks like Antras, he might go down here on Malady. Is he going to be able to get the trade-off? He does, and Mero claims that kill, and the aggression for now, it is working for HellRaisers.
He wasn't expecting the reactive taser, and this is it. When you've played the hero so many times, you know exactly what to do. You're usually going to be seeing the sticky bomb level 2 at that point, but he understands if I can bait him with this taser, he's probably going to die, and that is exactly what happens. And also you have the acorn shot, right, or the seed shot, sorry, and you think that is the that big damage spell that is going to allow you to get the kill, and in the end you're the one to fall.
Yeah, and 5-1 in the first 7 minutes here. HellRaisers looking pretty good. In fact, if they can get the combination with the techies and Kiyotaka in the mid lane here as well, it will be able to stop Melduel from being able to escape. You know, the blast off with the vortex coming through. It's like when we saw the Tiny, you know, the Avatos and into the blast off. It's a really nice combination just to buy the time with the silence, and then when the shard comes out as well and the blast off gets that stun that it can apply, it is a deadly combo that can come out here from the side of HellRaisers.
Overall, though, this is the real HellRaisers, right? When they crush their side lanes. This is where they were always dangerous. And then Kiyotaka would have time to farm as the mid laner of the opposing team has to try and help the side lanes, given that they're going terribly. And I'm just surprised how well they shut down Malik. I mean, if you look at the difference between Ramses and Malik, it's huge.
Yeah, oh, the mid lane is going to be jumping now as well. Melduel has that double damage, but this is going to be the blast off combo that I was talking about. He was able to get the shield crash off before the connection comes through. Melduel, though, does he want to try and come in with the Rolling Thunder? The damage, it might be enough to telekinesis to get the kill into Antras. No, Antras is away.
Daniel moved him to the side like, Pango, you want to kill? Ha! You're not getting it. And Melduel, if he just did nothing there, Daniel, after using the telekinesis, that would have been a kill. But he moved the techies away. I think what the idea was, I'm going to toss the techies onto the storm, and then you're going to double swashbuckle them and get the both kills.
Yeah, it does create space, you know, because he doesn't go down, was able to get the bottle up here for Melduel. It creates space for Malady to rotate in with his enchanted creep, do some damage, but the fortification did come out, so early on HellRaisers protecting these towers as well. Ooh, Daniel, does he go down this time? Solo, he's got that glimpse available now as well. It looks like he's going to try and go for the courier here, getting those D-wards off, but Daniel, can he get himself away from this one? Sticky bomb to slow him down. Daniel going to be glimpsed right back into Ramsey's waiting arms. It's actually going to be Kiyotaka that picks up the kill.
Yep, it is smart to give that one to your mid laner. He's the one that is struggling the most, if we can call it that way even. He's actually having a solid game, just not as good as the Terrorblade. And he's the one that is going to be creating space in the early mid game, so you want to get him as fat as possible. And he didn't put that many points in the static remnant, so he cannot go to the jungle immediately, or didn't want to, whatever. So you want to give him those kills.
Yeah, yeah, having to go back to base, you know, it slowed him down just a little bit, but yeah, with that kill, it's going to recover now. Oh, bottom lane, excuse me. Malik, the blast off comes through. Antras are going to be able to get themselves on top of the Centaur. The glimpse back, it should get the kill. And yeah, Melduel cancels off that Rolling Thunder. As it was pretty much, even if the glimpse did come back and the Centaur was still alive, probably would have been finished off quite quickly. And Melduel just decides about diving into 3 heroes.
He probably could have killed the techies, but I think the most he wanted to do there is save the Centaur. That was the first thing he came for. The second he sees he can't do that, he decides it's just not worth it.
Yeah, and you can see Solo getting cheeky with these glimpses. Even if it's not got a massive amount of impact, speaking about impact, the jump comes through. Malady can get himself away from this one because Kiyotaka just needs one more anything, and he does get the kill. And now the jump on those stones for him could be in a little bit of trouble here. Kiyotaka, does he try and deny himself to Roche? No. Oh! Big brain plays, tries to get the ball line in over the wall, but didn't just have enough mana to do it, and now the chase down coming through. Can they do anything with this Stampede coming through? Antras, he gets low, but the glimpse from Solo once again drags back onto the Pango. Pango taking a lot of damage from that.
He made a mistake. Miero. He can black hole.
He's going to use it now as well. Actually gets the trap onto the Tomato as well. Mero, the rotation in for Ramsey. Shigetsu's going to get low, and Mero, well, he will be getting the kill, but Ramses, he gets the kill right back onto Shigetsu there.
So anyways, what happened to Kiyotaka is that he calculated perfectly, but he put the power treads on agility in the panic, and then he didn't get off the over the Roche pit.
Does he get himself out of this one? He's got the full ball line to get himself away if he wants to. He's just going to actually do it on foot, not panicking there, saving his mana. And we'll be able to come back to these creeps behind the tier 1 tower. Tier 1 taking a little bit of damage as well from the siege creep pushing in, but it should still stand, will still stand, and Kiyotaka will just be able to go right back to the lane.
But still, that Ursa dive onto the Enigma on the top lane, you did force out the black hole. The problem is that you lost the tower, and it was Ramses that took it. So now the top part of the map is completely in control of HellRaisers. That is what you should have been afraid of, right? Especially if it's the Terrorblade farming it. This is gonna be some huge timings that that Ramses is gonna hit in this game.
Yeah. We'll see another rotation here. Malik might be in trouble. Was that
He's
diving
gone.
from the Storm Spirit? Yeah, Malik comes through. The Stomp will be there. Slowed down by the Sticky Bomb. Last stop will connect now as well, so he's not going to be able to... He didn't even have the Stampede anyway. Was on cooldown for another few seconds. Antares did not go for the chase down onto Daniel. The Malefice will come through now as well. The dive in. Yeah, they should be able to get the kill. Vortex drag back. Kiyotaka. Easy double kill.
And you can see how easily Antares dealt with the mines. His proximity mines were stolen, and then the sticky bomb after that one. So he easily took the proximity mines down. Like, I know this hero in and out. You're not going to be using my spells against me. And then, well, the Rubik after that was an easy kill. And that was even a beautiful stomp coming out from the Centaur. Just considering how squishy he is, how bad of a game he had, every single time that a core rotates to him, there's a good chance he's going down. And now they had to.
Oh, Mallory, this was not the best calculated move here. The Vortex drag back into the mine. Going to waste all the time on that Stampede. Mallory, one more jump in from Kiyotaka. Should be able to get the kill. There it is. One more right click. Mero actually picks the kill. So taking it away from Kiyotaka. Just making sure you get that kill secure. You know, no matter who gets it here.
What killed him?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Take a look at the death summary. It was an idle on right click did the last 34 damage to take him down.
For some reason, I didn't see that flying through.
Neither did I. No.
HellRaisers, they're not done. They wanna go aggressive. Considering they lost the mid lane tower, it's not gonna be easy for Kiyotaka to go for kills once he's ready, and he's getting close to that Witchblade. So with the next black hole, with the next meta, we could expect HellRaisers to be playing around the mid lane to make sure that this tower falls.
Yeah, Kiyotaki's going to get the pressure coming through. The Eidolons were doing a little bit. Shigetsu, does he want to try and make the do? I mean, Shigetsu's going to be going towards that Battle Fury. Not going to be too far away, but I mean, he's delaying that coming in to try and help Kiyotaka with the ball lightning away as well. Solo grouping up as that Static Storm. So Shigetsu will show as he looks to try and get this farm. Get that last bit of gold here to get to the Void Stone. The Glimpse comes back in as well onto Daniel. Swashbuckle onto Meljul. Meljul not going to try and use that Rolling Thunder, and even going to be able to get the bottle onto the double damage. But again, it wastes a bit of the Ursa's time coming into this mid lane. And I don't know, trying to group up for the fight. Speaking about going for a fight, they're going to be able to get themselves on top of the Centaur. And Meljul does come in, pops that double damage.
No mana.
He's going to be out of mana now as well. Yeah, that Diffusal Blade coming through. And it looks like, do they have the damage to get the kill? They will be able to take down Kiyotaka. Marty will pick it up.
There was a TP coming in, but the second he didn't dodge that Rolling Thunder, they decided to stop that one. It was apparent that his life was gonna be taken down. Still, I think this is not too bad for HellRaisers, even though they give a stronger core at the moment for a weaker one. The mid lane tower does fall, so once the Storm has his Witchblade, he's gonna have the map open up to go for those pickoffs.
Yeah, and okay, I have changed my tune on the Meteor Hammer a little bit, but on the Centaur, I still think you want to be going for the Vanguard. You know, going for that blink, going for the engage. I think the Meteor Hammer, I don't like it on the Centaur. I just don't.
The thing is, you get used to it in pubs, the way that it works. Anybody out of position just immediately dies to you.
Yeah.
And then you're used to it. You're playing around it. You are drafting around it. You know you want it. And even though it might not be the best one in the game, you're still gonna do it. So I do not dislike it, but in this game in particular, maybe the Hood would have been better, because he's gonna be destroyed every single time. I don't think the Vanguard, considering how his lane went, would have helped him a lot, because he's not gonna be dying to the Terrorblade now for the next 10 minutes. It's gonna be the Storm, the Disruptor, and the Techies that are killing him.
Yeah, Kiyotaka, though, he will be getting that. It wasn't the fastest Aegis in the world, the fastest Roach take, but it was uncontested. Navi not looking to contest onto that. So HellRaisers will be able to pull out an Aegis for Kiyotaka, which just makes these dive shenanigans a little bit easier, you know, a little bit more attractive for the Storm Spirit to try and go for these kills.
Look at Navi, how they're preparing with the proximity mines there, hoping that someone is gonna come there, and he's just gonna telekinesis everybody into this into this bomb here. But yeah, HellRaisers, they really have no reason to play aggressively on the mid lane. If someone from Navi goes to their side, they'll happily kill him, but no reason to go super aggressive, because when it comes to the later portions of the game, the Sterblade is uncontested. He's gonna crush everybody. You had this chance in the laning phase to shut him down, you didn't, and now it's on Navi to make moves.
Yeah, we talked about the draft being a little bit more favorable, or I talked about the draft being a little bit more favorable for Navi, but these comfort picks that you were talking about seem to be paying off here for HellRaisers. You know, they're getting everything they want out of this. In fact, they might even be able to get another kill. Was that Static Storm? They don't need to jump in. So Stampede's going to be used here at the back lines, though. Do they change targets? Kiyotaka, Aegis will be popped. So what else can we do with this? And they set it up, and it looks like Kiyotaka, he might be controlled with the Rolling Thunder coming in now as well. That Stampede, it did close the gap, and they were able to get the kill not only once, but twice onto the Storm Spirit. And now the Glimpse back solo, going to have his own weapons used against him. And Navi get a good couple of kills out of that.
He actually missed the hoof stomp onto the Storm, and he still died after that one. So Malik got a little bit too excited, like, we got him, we got him. The thing is that the Storm cannot go for the Ball Lightning, even if you're not using the turn rate. The charge up for you to start going forward is a little bit too big for you to get out of the Pango chain stun.
Yeah, and now you see, I mean, Ramses, he's top of the net worth, but Shigetsu, with this Battle Fury, will start to catch up now, going towards straight onto that BKB for Shigetsu.
Still, even if the Terrorblade is this beast later on, if Navi are getting the right jump, if they get on top of someone and blow him up, which is not impossible, super fast with the Ursa, that could be starts of a fight they could win. And Navi have shown in the previous game that they can understand how to fight with their lineup. I don't think this game is gonna be any different, especially when Shigetsu is playing his best hero.
Yeah, and we'll see how much of a menace Maljo's going to be into that late game here as well. Panglia wants to go straight into that BKB here as well. Smoke coming out from the side of Navi. So maybe trying to bait in here. Kiyotaka, does he want to go for it? There's going to be the Centaur Storm. The Meteor Hammer this time will come out. Connects onto the Storm Spirit. And Storm Spirit just goes down. The chase onto Ramses now as well. Stampede. Was that slow Ramses? He has to pop BKB, but this is going to be a BKB to try and run himself away. Nothing to cancel the TP out now, though. But they do pick up 2 on the side of Navi, forcing out a defensive BKB from Ramses as well. That was a, yeah, you said it yourself, a great beatmate there for the side of Navi to get that fight and force out so many little things from the side of HellRaisers.
That is what HellRaisers have to be afraid in this game. You have the Terrorblade to send the illusions. You do not have to commit your heroes next to towers when the enemies have perfect vision. If Navi have perfect vision with this kind of lineup, they are killing you.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Mark, I thought Antares was in the middle of that Meteor Hammer now as well, but the Blastoff comes through. He's got himself a shot as well for that stun, so they do get the kill onto Malik, but Rolling Thunder coming through, and now Ramses doesn't have that BKB. He's going to go down. And now the Glimpse back once again, solo dragged right back into the fight. And Navi, well, did he take this tier 2 tower, or are they even going to be looking for more kills here?
No, you do not go for the tower with their lineup. You just don't do it. You spread the map if you're Navi, and you wait for opportunities like that. If the lanes are pushed in, HellRaisers are again going to be offering their heroes first, and you're going to be jumping on them. That bottom move, it really did cost so much for HellRaisers, because if the Terrorblade has a BKB there, he gets the Sunder off, he turns it around, and it's actually an easy fight for HellRaisers. But because of what happened on the bottom lane, not only the Storm dying, but the BKB being forced out, it just gives such a good opening for Navi.
Yeah, and Navi, we've seen from these past 2 games, you know, they've been great at refighting after, you know, they see these BKBs coming out. And like you say, that Ramses, if he has that in the fight, potentially survives, potentially turns that fight around. But with how this is going, they look really good. Kiyotaka trying to get the jump onto Shigetsu. Maybe just trying to put the fear of God into him, as there was no one else close. So Kiyotaka just trying to create space, it looks like, on this bottom lane.
You're trying to force some TPs. If HellRaisers TP to the bottom lane, that is a place they don't want to be at, and they're just gonna smoke out of it. Then you can prepare for it, either dodge them or wait for them as they're establishing themselves in the top part of the map again. Of course, the debate didn't work out, so HellRaisers, they did not panic.
Yeah, and Navi keeping the heads here. We'll see. Actually, did they get themselves onto the top lane? Black Hole's going to come through. They get the kill onto Meljol here. Great grouping up from HellRaisers just to take 0 down. who was being left alone. But HellRaisers, you can see 4 heroes grouping up in this top part of the map, leaving the rest of the map for Navi to be farming up to, to get their objectives if they want to through the jungle.
They're going for Kiyotaka, but he is gonna know about this. He was
Is he
ready.
getting out though? Yeah, okay. Kiyotaka just being able to get the ball lantern away as well from the Meteor Hammer. So Shentor didn't have the lockdown to get the kill onto Kiyotaka, and Kiyotaka going towards that Sanjin Kaya again. He wants that survivability on his hero. While this is going on, the Terrorblade Illusion's putting pressure onto the tier 2. The tier 2 getting really darn low here as well.
Very smart move from HellRaisers. Now I think they understand how the enemy lineup works thoroughly, right? If they see us, we're in trouble. But if we go for moves like this, we go for a pickoff, we outpush the bottom lane, we know where they are, and then we can push, right? If we don't know where Navi are, we just go back. And Ramsey's perfect time to just back himself away after the Storm has gathered so much hate onto himself.
Yeah, look at the odds now from EGB coming right down for Navi. Navi over 4 coming into this game as it started. They've shifted slightly up for HellRaisers, so HellRaisers still the favourites in this game. But Navi being respected here from EGB and those odds coming right down.
Navi won the second Roche. That is why they're going for this smoke. It is not only about the kill, it is about establishing dominance in this part of the map.
Do you think of the jump in? I mean, Shigetsu's got that blink dagger, the smoke breaks, he blinks himself in, but he blinks himself the wrong way. The dive in now as well from Daniel. He's got that ball lightning, so they're going to be able to find the telekinesis onto Solo. Static Storm will be used here to get the kill onto Malady, and Antares picks it up with those proximity mines. Antares, though, slowed down by the Rolling Thunder. Melody will get the kill, the Hoof Stomp coming through with this Meteor Hammer now as well. It's going to be the stun long enough to get the kill onto Antares, and Antares will fall. A 45-second window here for Navi. Maybe to get something out of this now as well, and Kiyotaka has to go for the jump away from Shigetsu.
Not only that, they got a win in terms of killing heroes, but they got the Static Storm stolen by the Rubik. And Storm Spirit isn't close to the BKB. He's not thinking about the BKB. He's gonna jump in and possibly die if he's not careful. I don't know if Solo saw it, but if HellRaisers are unaware of this, that could be a huge deal when it comes to a Roche fight.
Yeah, and the 4 points into the Arcane Supremacy here as well. This could be massive for Daniel. Just being able to use that telekinesis to hold the hero in, or the heroes that get caught in the Static Storm. Because you've got, again, that storm that comes through from the Centaur. Just like that. As they get the kill onto Miro, the Rolling Thunder continues to go. Now Malady, he wants some revenge from going down in that last fight, and it looks like Solo is going to be his target as Meljul hits himself the double. Roche, it's going to be a quick one as well, under a minute before the big man is back in his pit.
But they're not done with hunting Navi. They smell blood and they want Kiyotaka. If he shows on this wave, he's gone.
Yeah, Shigetsu might have jumped. I mean, might have trying to play a little bit bait. Does he actually show it to the creeps? He does. So Kiyotaka, the storm's going to be there. And Malik, he picks up the kill. Kiyotaka. I mean, we praised him so much in that last game, but he just seems to be carrying on getting caught out of position here on the Storm Spirit in game number 2.
Malady will die as well on the top lane. You're not surviving this, but overall, Navi are playing it really well here, catching the Storm Spirit. Other than him showing there on the bottom tower that one time, I think that was his only big mistake. Everything else was Navi playing so fast, right? Kiyotaka did play with them, a little bit of cat and mouse in the bottom lane, but you're not always gonna get out. I really like how they set it up as well. Shigetsu, the second he shows, he's like, okay, so he's not hunting me to burst me down. Let me just go for the creep wave. But the Centaur is already there, and he had that ward that was giving him the full sense of security.
Yeah, and Malik did go back for the pipe as well. So offers more survivability. He's got that plate mail queued up, and this is going to be really nice. I think for Malik, offering that survivability. Meljul, he might not have the survivability. Jumping comes in from Kiyotaka to get the sounds down as well. Stampede, no Meljul. He pops the BKB. He's going to be able to get himself out of this alive. Actually turns around with the Rolling Thunder, and that Static Storm, like you said, to get the steal. So they get the kill onto Kiyotaka, even taking down Antares. And with Roshan being back up here, and HellRaisers being 2 heroes down, this is a big window for Navi, especially with having an Ursa on their side.
And they're starting to de-ward vision here, so they have perfect control. There's almost nothing the HellRaisers can do about it. They do have a Terrorblade, so those illusions can be a bit of a nuisance. But I don't really see Shigetsu stopping here. There is no reason to.
No, the Storm Spirit could buy back if he wants to, but Techies is going to be down for the next 18 seconds. Maybe looking for it. Does he have a blink as well? He does. Enigma, they might be setting up for this, and you can see that Malik, yeah, they are playing. They're trying to play those body blocks now as well. Ramses gets caught out. Ramses, Starsky Storm will be thrown onto Malik. Malik could have taken a lot of damage from Ramses here. But his BKB will be wearing off. Did he even get the kill onto Malik? Malik, he's getting himself away, but Ramses will be able to secure that with a couple more last hits, a couple more right clicks. Does eventually get the kill, but that's the method going to be used. That's the BKB down now for the Terrorblade. And this might be an opening for Navi, only losing the Centaur from that.
It's definitely a win for Navi. If you look at the lanes also, the bottom, the top lane, all of them are pushed in. Navi, when you look at their heroes, they're not the greatest at dealing with the lanes. But, you know, they're doing a good job. In this game in particular, it's not like HellRaisers are making big mistakes. It is Navi understanding the strengths of their lineup and capitalizing on it perfectly. They did lose the Centaur there, but what I also liked in that fight in particular, it was how precise this Terrorblade was. Kiyotaka? No, not again.
Surely not. They're going to be coming close. Shigetsu comes through. Yeah, immediately jumps himself away. Daniel was trying to get himself close here now as well with his own blink. But Kiyotaka just being able to use that mana to just ball himself out of danger. But no, this is going to be Melduel. He's got that basher up. And that black hole, I think we've only seen it once this match. It's going to be so much harder to pull off, even with the BKB out. Melduel, he can be an absolute nuisance if he's not caught.
We're gonna have a 4 versus 4, right? The Enigma will be staying behind, and the Pango will be staying behind. And the only question is, do Navi get the right jump? Man, Kiyotaka, again, just one bash almost dies.
Yeah, and has to just immediately exit there as well, popping that panic button. But it will mean that the tier 2 tower will be taken down here. HellRaisers not looking to defend this at all.
Yeah, understandably so. You can't do much there. HellRaisers are gonna get a tower of their own, most likely on the top lane. The problem is that the HellRaisers lineup is much better at taking those tier 2s, pushing out the waves, considering they have a Terrorblade. So this right now is definitely a big win for Navi, because their lineup should not be well equipped for doing what they're just doing right now, and they just have the strength. They're more powerful than their enemies at the moment.
Yeah, there's going to be the smoke rotation. I mean, you have to watch out for Mines. Mines will be blowing up here, revealing. Shigetsu, he takes that haste. He wants to go for the chase down anyway. Does he actually get the jump onto Solo or Mero? Mero just getting that blink away. And it looks like it is going to be full retreat. The tactical retreat coming through. Malik, he gets the vision onto Solo. The blink in, the stomp, the mines that were stolen from Daniel. And that's just a blow up onto Solo.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Navi. They're controlling the map completely. HellRaisers, they're gonna have to rely on Ramses to carry this one, and he's going for the good items. The butterfly is definitely an item that changes everything, because the Ursa just won't be able to stand his ground against the Terrorblade.
No, true. I mean, Ursa, though, going towards the Abyssal, he's not going to be too far away from it. In fact, if they get a Stampede coming through here, Malady, he might be able to get the jump on Answer. He's going to get pretty darn low. He's going to go down now. Ramses, he pops the Metamorphosis, but the Rolling Thunder comes through here.
He's alone.
He has to go for this BKB Mero. Great Black Hole, but the bash comes out and Shigetsu. And it was going to be Black Hole that was stolen, controlling onto Ramses. Ramses, can he get the Thunder off? He absolutely will be able to, but can he get out alive? Those are two different things now as well. And yeah, the damage, it stacks up from the Ursa. They're going to be able to get 4. Can they get 5? The blinking from Shigetsu.
Bye-bye,
Kiyotaka, he's out of mana. The telekinesis for the control. And that is going to be an amazing fight from the side of Navi, stealing the black hole, getting that control off, even for a couple of seconds there, and they stack it up for 5 kills on HellRaisers.
You can see a lot of good things happening there, but the second that you have to use the black hole and it is not on Melduel, you have lost the fight. That is just how it is. This game, you're gonna have 2 heroes that you're gonna have to go for, even though HellRaisers do a good job immediately canceling out that black hole. They just don't have the strength. Sunder gets used, he has 10 Fury Swipes on him. Even with all of the armor in the world, that is gonna hurt.
Yeah, and now he's got no buyback. 30 seconds before Ramses is back, and HellRaisers is going to try and do what they can to delay this push in, but they're going to be losing at least a range Rax. And yeah, Ursa coming in is actually going to dive in. Ooh, not far enough. Has that BKB on cooldown. Aegis is still there for 40 seconds, but he has to be careful about this damage. And Navi maybe not wanted to repeat what HellRaisers did in the first game, so they are going to back themselves away. They have the heal from Maldi, diving from Kiyotaka. Just let him go. Do your best Frozen impression. I don't know what the character's name is, but just let him go. As Maladi, he might just be the sacrificial lamb here. No, the telekinesis is a save, but drag back here with a glimpse. Thank you, Harry. I knew I could rely on you.
How dare you not know?
Listen, Tangled is the better film. Frozen, it's overrated, so I don't even care to know the characters' names.
Doesn't matter that it's overrated. It's okay to know both of them. It's okay to know both of them. You just, you know, for all of the little girls that are now watching Dota, they're all gonna be sad that their favorite caster just doesn't know the name of their favorite cartoon character.
Listen, if you are watching, yo, go watch Tangled. It's way better.
Storm going in. Ooh,
He's,
that could have been dangerous.
he's being cheeky
HellRaisers
mirror
want
though.
to fight.
Shigetsu, he self-teased him, had to get himself down with the Earthshock. And the glimpse back onto Danielle. Do they get the kill? No, he's still in the ball of lightning. So he's going to be able to get himself away. The stomp onto Ramses now as well. Ramses, do they have the control to take him down? He's going to pop his own BKB. And that Aegis has worn off from Ursa. So now, well, the Sunder, it comes out a little bit early. They still get the kill onto Solo. Kiyotaka trying to do what he can. Ramses, does he have enough to get the kill onto Shigetsu? Shigetsu will fall. Meljoul gets low now as well. The swashbuckle, it's not going to be enough. Surely. No, the impetus, they get the kill onto Ramses. And they can get that chase down if they want to now as well.
Navi are dead.
Drive back the blast off. Yeah, Navi, they're being cleaned up. Daniel, get out with your life. Where's that blink dagger, son? He's going to be there in 3 seconds. It's not. It's in the refresh. On the cooldown gets popped. And it's even going to be the kill onto Malady. Malady, he's wasting so much time. But in the end, it doesn't even matter as he will go down. Yeah, Kiyotaka picks it up.
What
I don't
a
know.
goal by HellRaisers. I am impressed of what they did. They don't have the meta. They don't have the black hole. They go in meta. Of course, it did come off cooldown. But the way that they baited Navi into that one, into a 4 versus 5 fight where Navi, they cannot go for the jump that they want to. This is just showing that Navi's lineup, if they're not getting that initial jump, if they don't get on top of a hero and just crush him, that their lineup does not work. So they have to be finding those. And the second that Yersa, you know, is caught in a position where he cannot escape, he has to run in and fight, get kited. That is when you have won the fight. And HellRaisers, they just set it up perfectly. And guess who set it up? It was Kiyotaka going in, out, in, out, in, out. Navi, they're not sure if they can escape. And then after the glimpse comes out, Navi, they start going on in, all in. That was a 5-man wipe. Enchantress was dead, but she did come back to life, TP'd in, and still went down again.
Yeah, I do like the early Sunder coming out from Ramses there onto the Ursa as well. Just every little bit of damage you can get off. And, you know, Ursa with that enrage, it doesn't matter when that Sunder comes out. So, you know, just being able to stack it up. And then, he, like you say, he was trapped in. He was being forced to engage on Ramses with the... Well, it was a Chrysalis at the time. You know, just being able to right-click him down, do a hell of a lot of damage. And... we'll see, you know, if HellRaisers, if they're going to be able to do anything from this, because it was a fight on their side of the map, so it doesn't open up too many objectives here for them, but it's still a great fight, swings that net worth closer back into their favor, and it just shows that Navi, they aren't invincible in this game.
They got way too many big items. Aghanim's on the Storm Spirit, the Lincoln Sphere on the Enigma, and the Daedalus on the Terrorblade. So, if you... black hole the Pango, the Terrorblade will rip him apart, and that is one way to win a fight. The Rubik cannot steal your black hole, and there's nothing else, right? Also, Terrorblade dealing so much damage, he can run in and he can smack down the Ursa, forcing the enrage immediately. Shigetsu is not gonna be this frontliner that just stand his ground, and then if the Centaur finds the good engagement, he blows someone up, because he's really gonna be taking some huge damage from the Terrorblade.
Yeah, the Ursa is going to be going towards a Daedalus of his own. He's going to be about 400 gold away from completing that if they want to go towards that. Meljoul was that Abyssal Blade now as well. In fact, he's going to be going back towards the Octarine before the Abyssal, which I think he did that in the last game as well.
Yep. He wants to be able to use the swashbuckle more regularly, so even if he makes a mistake that and use it a little bit earlier, that he can still cancel the black hole.
Yeah, it's going to be a big wraparound here from Navi. The smoke comes out from HellRaisers here as well. Malik, he's the furthest one from the rest of his team, trying to do what he can to put the pressure on, but with the creep skipping coming out from the Terrorblade and these illusions, this mid lane will continue to push in, even being a lane of racks down here. For the side of HellRaisers, it will still be going in their favor.
This is something that HellRaisers want to do for the entirety of the game, but when the timing came for them to split push with the Terrorblade illusions, at that point Navi started getting a huge amount of kills, and it was stopped in its tracks. So HellRaisers finally getting to do what their lineup was built to, push out the waves without any commit, and make sure that Navi cannot find the right fights.
Yeah, I do like that the Centaur's going for this Halberd. You know, even if if Ramses is able to get off that Sunder, it does stop him from being able to do so much damage. And we'll see, I mean, the Centaur, he wants to be right at the front lines anyway. So the jump in now as well. Malady, though, there's going to be a really big vortex back. into the stack storm. They catch 3. They blow up 2. There's going to be a really good black hole now as well to Shigetsu. Shigetsu, can he survive through this? He absolutely cannot. Trying to do his best before he does go down. The BKB is going to be there as well, but eventually he will go down, and Ramses picks up that kill. The buybacks from absolutely everybody here on the side of Na'Vi. Can he actually get the kill onto Ramses? Ramses now needs to have the will be dropped, and it's going to be the Sunder coming through, but the nature of the tendency to trying to get these heals off. They get the bash off onto Ramses now as well, and Ramses is going to get low, but do they get the kill here? It's going to be a low off to protect Shigetsu, as they do get the kill onto Ramses, but Ramses still has that buyback. He wants to come right back into this. Antares trying to get himself away from this one. Double edge coming through from Malik, and Antares, he will eventually go down here, but they forced out, what was that, 3-4 buybacks from the side of Na'Vi. HellRaisers, that was a great fight for them.
That was 4 buybacks, but HellRaisers, they did use 2 as well. And considering the Roche will go the way of Na'Vi, I'm not sure that you're too happy with it, or will it? This is why HellRaisers are buying heroes. They're gonna match the buybacks, just not to allow Na'Vi to get the Roche. But that means that the gold lead will not increase. And, you know, that was a fight close, a close fight, but the problem is Ramses did not buy back. He doesn't really have it. And Shigetsu did. So if a next fight goes this way, as this one started, Na'Vi are gonna lose.
Yeah, the big thing is though there's no black hole. The jump in now from Kiyotaka, gonna be the static storm as well, but the only thing that comes through, they have the control onto Kiyotaka for now. Force staff comes up, Kiyotaka just gonna be retreating from this. Solo gonna be slowed down, and the jump from Shigetsu, he will take down Solo. Solo, that's his, I'm pretty sure that's his dieback though. Not gonna be able for 66 seconds, so yeah, with this Roche being up and no black hole, Na'Vi, they want to get themselves into this pit, and even though those buybacks were forced out here, Na'Vi, they're gonna be able to take the advantage against this HellRaiser side, picking up this Roche, and she gets it with the Aegis, even though it's brought back, you know, that second life can be really important.
This makes it worth it for Na'Vi. All of those buybacks are now worth it. They're the ones in control. 30-30 in terms of kills. The gold lead, nowhere to be found. It's dead even, but Na'Vi with the Aegis, they are the ones controlling the reins of this game, especially because they have that mid lane Rax. So they should be happy this moment. But this is the moment where you need to not overextend. Get the tier 2, get all of the outer towers, play around your vision, and force HellRaisers into a mistake. Constantly pressure them into the base and force them to come out where you'll be ready. This is what you need to do if you're Na'Vi.
Yeah, the Witch Bane being picked up as well. Just seeing those neutrals coming through here. Miro, did he get a jump in? Shigetsu again, he has that Aegis, has his own BKB as well. They get the blast up onto Malik. Malik, he might have been way too far forward, pops that Stampede so the rest of the team can get away. And Ramses, that was his BKB being used here. I don't know if they want to try and re-engage, but without getting the pick off, or at least the Aegis onto Shigetsu, that's still not awful for Na'Vi. Yes, they do lose the Centaur, but there was a big commitment there from HellRaisers to try and get that fight and win it.
Radiant are scanning.
They went a little bit too far. You could have used Shigetsu, and if you see that HellRaisers are defending it with the meta, you pull out and you reset. So that Centaur dying, it does give an opening to HellRaisers.
Oh, now Solo's going to go down once again. The damage telekinesis, he was actually brought closer to. They might actually not get this one, as do they get the kill into Malady? They do, and the telekinesis maybe a bit of a mistake. The black hole, they get the control, and that was the BKB for Ursa now as well. They have that damage. They should be able to take down Shigetsu. Not going to be able to get himself away from this one, and at least Pangolier gets himself out of the way. But yeah, a bit of a mistake there. The telekinesis came up from the Rubik, and it dragged Solo closer to Malady, so he wasn't able to get that quick kill and then get himself out. And yeah, HellRaisers, that was a really good fight for them. And all of a sudden, with all these buybacks being used, and I mean, it's 100 seconds without an Ursa, Ramses, he's just be able to march up this mid lane.
They rushed. One thing they needed to not do was rush, and they did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair. HellRaisers, they gave them the victory in the previous one, so Na'Vi, they're gonna give it back, and then we go fair and square, play game number 3. But yeah, it's very weird that they stay there with 4 heroes against the Storm Spirit, who went back to the base, and then he can just go for the engagements any way he likes. He has an Aghanim Scepter and the Scythe, and you could see how Solo, before he dies, he places an ulti at the middle of everything, and Storm just pulls everyone in.
Yeah, and yeah, he's done that 2 or 3 times. You know, the synergy coming out from the side of HellRaisers with that, like you say, the Static Storm, the Aghanim is dragged back on the Vortex with the Storm. It really is paying off. Now, Ramses, do they carry on going here? Because there is going to be 4 heroes up for the side of Navi fairly soon. And but you know, they have some momentum in their favor here. So is it going to be another lane of Rax that HellRaisers want to take on the top lane?
For sure. There's no reason not to. Ursa is in 50 seconds. Without the Ursa, Navi cannot fight. This is pretty much their only burst damage, their only way to jump on someone and kill them. And if HellRaisers just keep Ramses in front, he's not gonna die.
Yeah, and look at this pushing. He's got the Sunder back up now as well as his BKB. And like you say, yeah, Navi or Malady's going to be coming in, but there was the Solo hanging around on the side lanes. Malady, though, is going to be doing some damage. He glimpsed with Stone onto Solo now as well. Solo Stampede comes through. Solo, he might go down here. Drops that static stone, just trying to save his own life. Telekinesis will be used. While that's going on, the Rolling Thunder will come through. Ramses gets pretty low. The Lotus will be there. And now Ursa is still going to be about 15 seconds away, but the chase down, the drag back, the jumping Kyo attack on the back lines. He's going to try and get Pangolier. Pangolier with a drag back with the Vortex now as well. He might even get Mali off this as well. Melodule, though, he pops that BKB, gets the stun onto the tech. Ramses gets pretty darn low. He's trying to go for that BKB. TP out. Does he get himself out? He does. And now Miro, he's going to be able to get himself out as well. Antares will pay with his life.
Melojule, he had the swashbuckle there. It was so close to him getting it off. Yeah. You killed the Terrorblade at that moment, and it's a disaster for HellRaisers. You could see from the talent that the Terrorblade got, he went for the Metamorphosis duration, that they wanted to go for the push. But even with that increased duration, he's going to have it on cooldown now for a minute. And that is the timing that Navi are not going to want to miss.
Yeah, this game, it's pretty much snakes and ladders, swings and roundabouts. You know, it's just up and down, back and forth. And yeah, if they'd have got that kill onto Ramses, it would have been HellRaisers back in hot water here. We'll see what they can do. I mean, it's only Antares down on the side of HellRaisers, so it looks like Navi maybe just trying to slow it down. And again, they have lost a second set of racks, so maybe not trying to get too aggressive on the side of Navi. As you can see that Kiyotaka maybe just taking a break, you know, going for a, we see him there on the cams, but he might just have a mental break here on the Storm Spirit.
He's just so focused that he's not wasting, you know, in anime and, you know, those cartoons, he's not moving anything else other than the parts of the body that he needs so that he's not wasting any extra energy. That is what Kiyotaka is doing. So his fingers are moving because he's using all of his oxygen to send it there. That's just how good he is.
Yeah, he can actually target. But we see the difference coming out between the two heroes. It's going to be Melodule still with a net worth lead here, though. The Hex coming out from the Storm Spirit. He's playing a lot more utility in the second game with his Ags, with the Hex, and it is really paying off for the side of HellRaisers.
I don't know what the hell that was. If his hero wasn't moving, I'd be like, is he breathing? What the hell is happening? Okay, he is. No, he did make a. No, still, is it? It's not a picture. He's blinking. I saw him blink. It's just beautiful, the focus that he's. I'm liking Navi now, though. They did take the tier 2. That was a smart choice. Do not rush it. It doesn't matter that the enemies are missing one hero. Take the last Arrow Tower. Prepare for the next Roche. Currently, it's about farming your buybacks, getting to that point where even if you lose a fight, you're not out of the game.
Yeah, you can see that Kiyotaka with the gem, you know, he's trying to scout out, trying to find any Tinker Wards on these cliffs that are going to be spotting through, but it isn't going to be anywhere. I think if there was Kiyotaka here, he would have already been dead. So we'll see what he's trying to do on these backlines. Maybe just trying to skip this wave with the remnants coming through into the lane. But Kiyotaka for now, just playing. Oh, he has to be really careful because the swashbuckle, it's going to be a little bit short. He's going to have the flying vision with the remnants as well. Kiyotaka on Melojule. He's going to get bashed. The stun comes out now as well. No way.
Every single time we said he's baiting, he just died so easily. They even gave a gem. That's not something you want to do. The rest of HellRaisers were smoked and they were going towards that one. But yeah, you stay there for too long. At some point, you're going to get found.
Yeah, and just being punished there. HellRaisers, that's a really... I mean, he does have the buyback, but it's just one of those kills that you don't really need to give up like that.
We're seeing that our observer is not happy. He's like, what the hell? What the hell did he do? HellRaisers. No, these kind of plays, they usually worked out for them because they would outplay their opponents. But Navi, they came in a different light today. They are not getting outplayed whatsoever. Every little inch that you give them, they're going to take it. And maybe even more than that.
Yeah, Roche is going to be at least 20 seconds away here with the Storm Spirit down for the next 40 as well. He does have that buyback. We'll see what Malady's actually just going to use Enchant to take one of these Terrorblade illusions and force this lane on the bottom lane right back out.
And also, one thing, the center won't be needing to use the aggressive stampede if he wants to get the instant stun, because he's going for the arcane blink. Of course, he's gonna need a little bit more gold to have both that and buyback, but you know, at some point it will come out. He's preparing for that moment for sure. And once he gets level 25, and that now definitely close with him being almost level 24, it is gonna change the flow of the game for sure. It's gonna be even easier for Navi to go for that initial jump and burst on a hero.
Yeah, and he's going to have the aesthetics cap as well, so it's just, you know, that status resistance that comes in, because he doesn't want to be the first one jumping in, as, yeah, sorry to get to, it's going to be a long Roshan here. And speaking about that jump, they get the jump onto Solo now as well. Do they get the kill? They do. Daniel's going to be the one that cleans that one up. Shigetsu maybe walking away. The cool guys don't look at kills, and just leaving Solo a little bit earlier than he needed to.
He doesn't need to buy back, for sure. Because Roche is not going to be spawning just yet, but HellRaisers don't necessarily know this, right? And they have no vision around the pit, so I guess you take a risk, and if they do, they're just going to find out they're extremely lucky.
Yeah, the double catapult wave on the bottom lane, though, does take down that tier 2, so even when they lose a hero, you know, HellRaisers, even without making the effort, do get something out of this. But like you say, it is going to be maybe HellRaisers, not sure when that Roshan buyback comes out. I mean, he's going to be up in 5 seconds anyway, but we'll see. If they're going to try and force this telekinesis, do they have the damage? Do they have that lockdown? With the black hole,
big
it catches
one.
on to 3, it catches on to everybody that matters now, and Vortex comes through. They might be able to turn this fight around. Malik trying to get in his face. She gets to, though, Antares. He could be in a little bit of trouble. They get the bash onto Ramses. The buyback comes out from Malik, and Ramses, is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? The chase down from Malady is going to be the Rolling Thunder 2, but he gets caught on the cliffs. He's clearing up those illusions, and the buybacks come through from both sides here.
I think Melodule used the swashbuckle onto the creep wave there. That's why the black hole lasted for so long. But in the end, though, only the Centaur dies. Still, it is one buyback each, and those are gonna be key heroes. Antares, he might be a support, but he's level 25. This guy, he hurts. He's the one doing the damage. He's the one killing people. And if he's out of the picture, HellRaiser's damage, it's pretty much cut in half.
Yeah, and that is a... You know, the black hole is down for the next 69 seconds. Roche up in 37, and there's no refresher. It's not close for the Enigma just yet here. He's got the gold. I think he's rushing towards it. Yeah, he's being given the farm in this lane here by the Terrorblade as well, with these Eidolons pushing in. Mero, he needs to get towards that refresher, because this Roshan, 23 seconds away. And in fact, Navi, they might just be pulled to the bottom side of the map here, because HellRaisers, they want to be putting pressure onto that final tier 3, the final set of racks.
The activation delay on proximity mines when he takes the talent on techies is 0.2 seconds. So you have absolutely no chances unless the Ursa is clicking A on the ground with the overpower to do anything about it. Speaking of which, Ursa, we didn't touch upon his level 25. 9 overpower charges are a big thing. And Solo being dead on the other part of the map is a big thing as well.
He gets seen by the courier flying back from... There's no wards there. Well, there's sentries, but he gets seen by the courier, I'm pretty sure, flying over the trees. And then, yeah, Daniel was close enough to get the vision off, and they get the kill. And now, Navi making a beeline for the Roche pit.
That's gonna be a big one, and Aghanim for the Ursa, he's not gonna be that easily killed now. Not only being able to use it during stuns, but... being able to use it every 18 seconds, that is what's gonna make a huge difference. Shigetsu, he can go in, use the ulti, then use the BKB. If he's sitting on top of the Terrorblade and bashing him, it's gonna be quite good for him. Is he? No, he gave the axe to the Pango. I'm surprised for that one. I feel like Melojule's swashbuckle is more important than his ulti and using the shield crash.
Okay. Maybe it's just... I don't know.
He got a MKB. He got an MKB. So the damage output of the Pango is actually dumb. What he does once he's in the Rolling Thunder, jumping around with the shield crash.
Yeah, and now Navi grouping themselves up. Yeah, I suppose it does make sense if that's going to be coming out on every angle. You know, the 2 on the swashbuckle there as well. It's just very nice to be coming through with the Rolling Thunder, and like you say, the damage that he does deal. Ooh, the jump in, he might not be dealing damage too much. If the Storm Spirit, but the Storm Spirit, he overcommitted now. The Abyssal Blade comes out from, and they have the control. He's dead for 98, has that buyback available, but that was a massive mistake from Kiyotaka.
He is looking at that, looking at there like, why the hell are there 4 heroes in this place? What the hell is going on? He zips out like, I'm TPing away, hands up in the air. Nope, No, that's not gonna be happening. Those hands get broken. Navi, they were in a perfect position. I mean, that was a little bit fortunate for them. They were coming over for Kiyotaka, and he just lands on them.
Yeah, and it is rough. We look at the items that he's got. You know, he's got that Hex coming through. He's got the Axe. He's got the Witchblade as well as the Kaya. But would you have liked to see him go towards... Because the amount of times he's jumped in and been caught out like that, is the BKB, you know, in any of those items, a better items than what he's got?
Wouldn't have changed anything. Wouldn't have changed anything for him in this game. Every single time he got stunned up and bursted down. One big thing though, Kiyotaka does have level 25 and a shard. So those overload attacks will bounce, and if they're on the Terrorblade and its illusions, well, that's gonna be a lot of damage.
Shigetsu, they've even got a Wraith Pack coming in here up against Ramses. The Static Storm will be used. Shigetsu, he's used that Enrage. Malixie's going to be in now as well. His illusions from Ramses were pushing out this top lane, so there's a bit of momentum here. But it looks like they're going to be losing that tier 3 tower on the bottom lane. Mero, does he want to try and come in onto this? He has that refreshing now as well. So Navi, they've got to be careful about the Black Hole, but they get the stomp onto Ramses.
Yes, another BKB. He did refresh.
Yeah, Static Storm comes out now as well. Interesting. He needs to get himself away from this Mero. The lockdown to get the kill. He's going to get 124. He doesn't have any buyback. He's at 200 gold away from it, and now Navi, they know that this top lane, it might be pushing in, so Shigetsu still has that Aegis Charge, just trying to back himself away from this one. And do they want to try and go back in? Surely they don't. Surely they just take the victory for the tier 3, the kill onto the Enigma. No, Cheese gets eaten by Shigetsu, has that Aegis still now as well. He's going to be jumping in, the back lines. And Stone Spirit, he doesn't have that talent that drops the remnants at level 25, like you say. He went for the Overload talent. While this is going on, though, Navi, they're going to be losing their base. They need to come back and defend this one. Kiyotaka with the TP away there, right under Meljul's nose. Meljul, he's going to be the one that backs up, goes for that TP. Again, the double catapult wave, doing damage to Navi's base. So they need to respect this and back themselves away.
Yeah, their tier 4 isn't going to be taking all that much damage, but it is a decent amount, showing that if HellRaisers win a fight heavily, they can definitely go for the throne. But Navi are the ones that are ahead. They have finally gotten all of the ideas of what they need to do, how they need to commit. Okay, Malik is again in a bit of a more aggressive position, but the thing is, he has so much HP and even the Aeon Disc.
Yeah, the jump in is going to come through now. The kinetic field comes through. Did they take down Shigetsu the ones?
Look at this damage!
The Black Hole comes through. They get the kill into 3. Can they do even more? Malik, does he want to try and run himself away? He doesn't have that mana here for the Heaven's Halberd. It looks like Shigetsu has to get himself away from this one. Meljul comes in with the Rolling Thunder as well. That swashbuckle damage comes through from the shield crash. And Meljul should just be able to get the TP away. Buys time for his teammates to be able to retreat here as well. And again, they lost that. The bottom lane of Braxia on the side of HellRaisers. The tier 3 going close to being down. And Navi, they lose the Centaur. He's going to be dead. What's that? Did he have a buyback? A minute and 43 away from this one. So it is a window for HellRaisers to try and make something happen. But really, again, if they leave their base, it is in danger of being pushed in by this bottom lane.
How many times are Navi going to make the same mistake? I'm like, oh, they learned. They know that they shouldn't commit with all of their heroes. And they just stand all of them together. You're up against the Storm, a static Storm as well. And this techies, if you're close to each other, we saw how much damage he did there. The most damage out of everybody. Antares destroyed them. So I'm very much surprised that Navi again went for a play like that and just gave away their lead.
Yeah, and like you say, standing that Centaur, when he is looking to get that Hoof Stomp in, you know, looking to get the Heaven's Halberd out, and he's just standing there right-clicking the tower. He did try and get himself away a little bit, but once he's shown on the map, it does take away a major threat from the side of Navi, because he jumped in and get the kill here. And the Centaur, he goes down 311 and 30. God, he's got 30 assists. But it's still a great jump from HellRaisers there. Not going to be able to put too much pressure on it, doesn't seem so. By the time HellRaisers do regroup to maybe take a fight, look to take something and make something happen, the Centaur should be back alive.
Navi, they have to respect this this AoE potential of HellRaisers. If you're close to each other, the techies will rip you apart. We saw that the Terrorblade did most damage in the game in general, but he is single target, right? When it comes to AoE, it is gonna be Antares, it is gonna be Kiyotaka, and their damage is not to be underestimated. Your supports, they die easily, and then anyone who is left at like half HP, Ramses is just gonna destroy them.
We'll see what they can do. I mean, It's the fight's been going on so long. Roshan is going to be back up in at least 2 minutes here. But yeah, HellRaisers, they are starting to group up again. They have the refresher on the Enigma. Going towards an Aeon Disc here as well on the Enigma. And it looks like this is going to be the top lane is where they want to push in. If they go for a jump, again, the Techie's mines, like you say, it's what, a 0.2 second arming time?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage to come through. And you can just continue throwing these out in the fights as well.
Navi, they're going for a smoke. If their smoke breaks here, they know where Kiyotaka is.
Kiyotaka, Malik, he tries to jump onto the back lines. Kiyotaka, though, has the flying vision. Is he going to be spotted out this time? No. Indeciso, he gets popped by Danielle, so the Hex is going to be worn off straight away here. And Kiyotaka going for that retreat. So gets bashed up. Meljul coming through. Rolling Thunder
HellRaisers
now.
are here.
Oh, the Static Storm, it actually didn't catch on to anybody but the Black Hole. They get the lockdown onto the Pangolier. He gets deleted.
He does have a buyback if he wants to come in.
Jump in though, this Black Hole, it catches on to everybody. They're going to be able to delete the team of Navi. Navi, though the stun comes through here, it doesn't matter. The damage, it's already been done. Malik goes down. That's that buyback once again if he wants to. Malady going to be chased down. Yul Scepter coming through from, the Stormcrafter here for the Tornado over the air. They clean up onto 3. They have all 5 heroes alive on the side of HellRaisers, and Navi, well, with only the Pango as well as the Ursa, I don't know how they defend this base.
Oh, they're gonna have their Centaur. Oh, that was so close. If Kiyotaka gets caught, it's a problem. Also, I mean, not that it would have changed anything there. It was towards the end of the Black Hole anyways, but Meladrill again didn't bash the Enigma. So I think he's gonna be quite mad about it. I just hope that he's not talking about it at all times, but sometimes you can get caught up in it. And you can say, hey, if I was bashing him, it would have been different. It can affect both you and your teammates.
Yeah, there's going to be the Rolling Thunder in. The stun now onto the Terrorblade, trying to buy some time, but the Rolling Thunder will be down. And it's only the melee racks that stands between Navi and Megas with, again, 3 heroes against 5 here. HellRaisers, they're going to be pushing their advantage. You can see that even Kiyotaka, even if he's not there, he's just trying to do what he can. He can get himself towards that Arcane Rune as well. So we'll see. Navi, it would be bloody brilliant if they're defending this, but I just do not see it happening. Malik, he's going to get low already. Pops the pipe, trying to get himself around with the Centaur. The Stampede now as well. The Glimpse comes back onto Shigetsu. So far away. The drag back with the Vortex. Malik's going to go down, and so will Meladrill, and so will the Ancient here for Navi. Even going to be able to get the jump onto Ursa, and Ursa trying to survive through it, but GG is going to be called, and that's going to be a 1-for-1. Both teams in this hour, though, had the chances to take the game in the HellRaisers. They just went that little bit further to close it out.
Oh, they're giving us a treat here. There are some mistakes happening from both sides, but the capitalization onto them from both HellRaisers and Navi are amazing. But you know who is the guy that hasn't been making mistakes in this game? Antares. 58 minutes of constant destruction of his enemy, setting up for weird kills, making sure that in the laning phase he's baiting Malady into dying. And that last fight, who set up for the Black Hole? It was Antares with the blast off onto 3 heroes, and that's why Miero was able to catch them. I don't know. I think probably not. That fight doesn't go much different, but at least you don't catch 3 heroes in the Black Hole and just delete them, instantly winning the game.
Yeah, great setup here from the side of Navi to have the best chance to win this one. But HellRaisers, they were mad coming into this. They wanted revenge, and you look at the difference in the farm here. Ramsey's 47k net worth lead. Shigetsu on 33. Even with that Battle Fury here, Ramsey's, he was set up to be able to. I mean, in the early game, there was some questions being asked, but Ramses was able to answer them, come right back into this. Again, Mero this time, the Black Holes were way more impressive, and maybe it did come down to the RNG of Meladrill not being able to get the bashes off, but by that time, the heroes were locked down. They were grouped up so much Navi that they were opening up these static storms. Kiyotaka with some amazing jump in the vacuums with the Vortex to set up onto 3-4 heroes to enable these static storms to come out, to enable the Black Holes, and HellRaisers absolutely capitalized on this in the end.
The reason why the Black Holes were better is because the Enigma was picked up earlier, right? So even though Navi had solid ways to deal with that one, HellRaisers had better heroes to create chaos. What do you want when you have a Black Hole, right? You don't want to be using it immediately. You want to create chaos. You want your enemies to get careless, to start screaming inside of a team fight, for their communications to kind of fall apart. And that is when they're going to make a positioning mistake. In the previous game, well, Meladrill could just keep himself away and his teammates would play 4 versus 5 and win. Here, he needed to get involved with Kiyotaka jumping in and out and trying to catch him. And then once you make a mistake, well, Miero will be waiting.
Yeah, and that is going to be it for game number 2. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with a third and final after this because, I mean, both teams looking really impressive, so you don't want to miss it. Get yourself something quick to eat, go to the toilet if you need it, but be back here in about 5-10 minutes for the final game of HellRaisers versus NAVI. We'll see who's going to win it right after this break.